This video is not about dreams, it is not about signs, it is not about strangers. It is about your sister, that person you think you know, the one who sits at your table, who shares your history, who says she loves you with her lips but hides something with her hands. God is about to reveal to you what has been hidden for too long, and it is not to punish her, it is to protect you. Archangel Michael has tried to reach you in the last 3 days. He received a direct order from God, an order that could wait no longer. God said, "Tell my son, if he does not know now, the pain will worsen." So I ask you, with all the urgency that heaven has placed in this message, do not skip this video. Do not leave it for later, because the spiritual world is already pronouncing your sister's name, and heaven is watching what you will do in the next few minutes. You have already felt it, have you not? That strange change between the two of you. It is not a fight, it is worse than a fight. It is a silence that is not comfortable, it is heavy. A permanent sensation that something is not what it seems. You looked into her eyes, and behind the smile you saw an entire world that she never showed you. You tried to ignore it. You tried to believe it was something in your head. But that small voice inside you insisted, there is something wrong here. And heaven says you did well to trust that voice, because that voice is not paranoia. It is spiritual discernment. It is God speaking through your instinct. And now, finally, the right moment has arrived for this truth to come out of the shadows. Pay attention to what your body is doing now. If your heart accelerated, if you felt a shiver in your arms, if a strange pressure rose in your chest, this is not a coincidence. It is Archangel Michael positioned behind you, with wings completely spread, holding a message so powerful that even the angels trembled when they heard it for the first time. This message is not just any news. It is a gift from the throne of God. And it was sent exclusively to you, not to your mother, not to your father, not to any other member of your family, to you, because your spirit is the most awakened of your lineage. Even when you doubt yourself, even when you are tired, your soul remains connected with God. That is why Archangel Michael came to you and not to anyone else. Now I need to tell you what happened, and I need you to listen with an open heart, because what I am going to say will reorganize the way you view everything you have lived until now. Your sister is not evil. Engrave this deep in your chest. She is not evil. But she did something that deeply displeased God, something that started small, like a secret whispered on some random night, and that over time became a habit. And from habit, it became a pattern. And from the pattern, it became a spiritual chain that now involves not only her life but yours as well. God gave her chance after chance to retreat. He sent dreams that should have frightened her. He sent signs that should have made her stop. He even sent an angel to try to block the path she was taking. But she looked at all of it and moved forward regardless, and her decision now has a direct effect on your life. In your sleep, that does not come. In your peace that has gone away. In your finances that do not move. In your emotional health that wears down a little more each day. The longer you ignore what is happening, the worse the spiritual impact becomes upon you and upon your house. About 6 months ago, on a cold night, your sister was alone in her room. No one knew what was going on inside her. Her spirit screamed, but her lips remained closed. She was trying to resolve something that was consuming her from within. But instead of seeking God, instead of asking for help, she sought something out of place, someone out of place. And that night, behind closed doors, she made a spiritual agreement that she should not have made, an agreement that God did not approve. Archangel Michael saw everything. He tried to intervene, but her free will prevailed. And since that night, a silent shadow settled around your family like a mist that no one can see, but everyone feels. This is why things are so heavy in your life. This is why blessings seem stuck at the door, wanting to enter but unable to. This is why you feel that strange fatigue that does not come from the body, which no rest resolves, which no medicine reaches. An energy that is not yours has infiltrated your space. It was brought by someone you love, without her even knowing the dimension of what she was doing. And you, knowing nothing, have been carrying the weight of something that was never yours. But here is the miracle. Heaven does not show you this truth to destroy you. It shows it to set you free. And more than that, you are the key to this liberation, not only for yourself, for her as well. Archangel Michael said that the heaviest revelations are delivered to the most resilient spirits, and that spirit is yours. You were chosen for this moment not by chance, but because what you do next has the power to change the spiritual destiny of your entire family. And it is precisely here that I need to be direct with you. This struggle you face, this blockage that seems invisible but weighs like lead in every area of your life, is not your weakness. It is not a lack of faith. It is not punishment. It is a reflection of a spiritual interference that is operating because of something that was done behind your back. As long as you do not have clarity about what is happening, as long as you do not see the spiritual root of this weight, the pressure will not ease. It is like trying to heal a wound you cannot see. You feel the pain every day, but you do not know where it comes from. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you called How to Know If God Will Save You in the Final Judgment. This material was created for those who are living exactly this moment, for those who feel there is a spiritual barrier preventing progress, a shadow weighing over the house, a strange energy that should not be there, and that is undermining your strength little by little. Inside it, you will find revelations that will function as a shield over your life and over the lives of those you love. People who accessed this content wrote to me reporting that the atmosphere of the house changed completely, that sleep returned to normal, that a sudden clarity took over everything, as if someone had turned on a light in a room that had been dark for years. The link is in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments. I cannot guarantee how long this material will remain available. If your spirit is confirming now, at this instant, that this is for you, access it. Do not delay. And if this message is touching a place inside you that goes beyond reason, write in the comments the word protected. This word is not just a comment. It is a declaration to the spiritual world that you accept the covering that heaven is extending over your life at this exact moment. Now let us go deeper, because Archangel Michael still holds the scroll open, and what he is going to reveal now is the part that makes all the pieces fit together. Archangel Michael showed me something that only heaven could know. There is something your sister has hidden from you for a long time, something that, if you had known at the time, would have completely changed an important decision you made in your life. It could have been a relationship that ended in a way that never made sense. It could have been a job you lost without understanding why. It could have been a move, a financial matter, an agreement that went wrong. She knew something and chose not to speak. At the time, you felt in your bones that you were being deceived. You felt that someone was hiding something, but you could not prove it. You spent weeks, perhaps months, without peace, with that anguish in your chest that had no name. And now, finally, you know why. But that is not all. And this part will hurt, but it needs to be said. Jealousy has lived in your sister's heart for much longer than you imagine. It is not a recent thing. It began back then when you were children. A comment someone made. A comparison. A look of preference that fell upon you and not upon her. From that instant, a wound opened inside her. A wound that never healed. And from that wound was born a silent anger that she never verbalized. She never put it into words, but it accompanied her in every phase of life. In school, in relationships, in the decisions she made. That quiet jealousy grew like a poisonous plant in the dark, and over time it began to overflow into actions. Small actions, discreet, almost imperceptible. Half-truths told to people who trusted you. Words subtly distorted to tarnish your image without leaving a trace. Conversations behind closed doors where your name was pronounced in a way that diminished you. She did not do this because she hates you. She did it because the pain she carried was too great to fit inside her without leaking out. And it leaked onto you. God says that that moment back in childhood was not your fault. You did nothing to provoke it. But that moment changed the course of your life. This is why you have felt blocked for so long. This is why certain prayers seem to hit the ceiling and return. Someone close to you, someone who sleeps under the same sky as your family, was blocking the spiritual energy around you. Not with conscious malice, but with a jealousy so ingrained that it became an invisible barrier between you and the blessings God had prepared. Now that you know, heaven can begin the cleansing. Lies die the instant they encounter the light of God, and the light has just been turned on over your life. From now on, everything that was whispered in the dark loses its power. Every distorted word dissolves, every hidden intention is neutralized, because when God decides to reveal, no curtain is thick enough to hold back the truth. Now pay attention to what will happen in the coming days, because this is crucial. In 3 days something will happen. It may seem small at first, it may seem casual, but it is everything. It could be a phone call that makes no sense, an unexpected visit, an accidental discovery. God will show you a hidden connection, a financial, emotional, or spiritual bond involving your sister and something you did not know. When this happens, you will remember these words, and you will know, with absolute certainty, that what you heard here was true. But listen to what Archangel Michael asks. When that moment arrives, do not shout, do not accuse, do not let anger take over. Take a deep breath, because there will be a confrontation. It needs to happen. It is part of the purification process. But you will not be alone in this confrontation. The Holy Spirit will be with you, guiding every word that comes out of your mouth. And Archangel Michael will be at your side as a shield and as a guide. This confrontation is not to destroy the bond between you. It is to cleanse it. Because the only love that survives the approaching storm is love built upon truth. Love that leans on lies collapses in the first windstorm. But love that rebuilds itself upon truth withstands anything. When you speak with her, speak with love, not with pain. Do not say what your ego wants to say. Say only what heaven commands you to say. Be a mirror, not a hammer. You do not need to force an apology. You do not need to wring out tears. Let the light of God shine through you until the darkness dissipates on its own. If she needs to cry, let her cry. If she wants to flee, let her go. Continue loving, even if she denies everything. Heaven takes care of what you cannot see. Your job is to be faithful, and you have already proven that you are many times. And this weight you carry, this spiritual responsibility upon your shoulders, it is not there by chance. It is there because you are strong enough to sustain it, and because what is at stake is not just your life, it is your entire family. It is the patterns that have repeated for generations, the silent deception, the jealousy that passes from mother to daughter, the pain that no one speaks of, but everyone carries. All of this is being interrupted now because you had the courage to listen. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you, How to Know If God Will Save You in the Final Judgment. This content will give you spiritual support to stand firm during this process of confrontation and healing. It will show you how to shield your house and your family while the transformation happens. The link is in the description and at the top of the comments. Every hour that passes without you accessing it is one more hour living exposed to attacks that should have already been neutralized. Access it now. Let us continue, because Archangel Michael has more to reveal, and this next part is deeply personal. There is something hidden. It could be an old letter, a photo, something kept in a device, in a forgotten folder, in an email that was never deleted. Your name is there. Archangel Michael said that this material was ready to be revealed. It is the piece you felt was missing all this time. That piece of the puzzle that made it so nothing made complete sense. When you find it, and you will find it, do not be afraid. There is a bridge between shock and freedom, between disillusionment and clarity, and you have enough spiritual strength to cross that bridge without collapsing, because Archangel Michael has already placed a barrier of protection around your energy. This is why you have felt strangely tired in recent days, with chills that appear out of nowhere. These are signs in the spiritual world that something was out of order. But help has already arrived. You are reading the help. Now Archangel Michael approaches. His voice is firm as steel, but carries a tenderness that only someone who has fought for someone for decades can have. He says, "I saw you walking in the dark without a lantern, my son. I saw you carrying burdens for which no one ever thanked you. I was at your side on the nights when you whispered to the pillow and no living soul heard. I saw the tears you swallowed quickly so no one would notice. I saw the times you extended your hand to those who did not deserve it and were betrayed in return. I saw your faith tremble so strongly that you almost let go. But I also saw you get up, every time, bruised, exhausted, confused, not knowing if you could endure another day, but standing, always standing. And that is what sealed my decision. It was not your perfection that convinced me. It was your sacred stubbornness not to give up. You proved you can handle the weight. And he who proves this receives the portion of the strong. Do you know what is happening in the spiritual plane while you hear these words? Archangel Michael is breaking seals, seals that were locking areas of your life. The first seal was that of scarcity, that feeling that it is never enough, that money comes in and vanishes, that no matter how hard you work, things do not prosper. Broken. The second seal was that of spiritual confusion, that mist that prevented you from seeing clearly what God wanted from you, which scrambled decisions and made everything seem uncertain. Broken. The third was the seal of isolation, that loneliness that pursued you, even in the middle of a room full of people, the feeling that no one really understands you. Broken. And the fourth seal, the heaviest of all, the one that was buried deepest, was the seal of stolen identity. What made you feel small, insufficient, unworthy? What made you look in the mirror and see less than what you truly are? This seal is breaking now, and when it breaks completely, you will look at yourself and see someone different. Not because the face changed, but because the spirit behind the eyes woke up. In the coming days, observe the changes. Conversations that used to drain you will lose their power over you. People who hurt you will cease to reach you in the same way. You will begin to say no to things you previously tolerated in silence, swallowing hard, smiling on the outside. And this is not insensitivity. It is spiritual authority manifesting itself. It is the air finally walking as an heir. People around you will feel it. Some will be bothered. They will try to pull you back to the place where you were controllable. Some will ask questions about your life, your plans, your money, with a curiosity that is not genuine. Archangel Michael advises, guard what God has given you. Not every question deserves an answer. Not every ear deserves your truth. Protect what is sacred with silence when necessary. Within the next 72 hours, 3 signs of confirmation will reach you. They can come in any form: an unexpected call, a name that appears repeatedly where you least expect it, a door that seemed welded shut and suddenly opens as if it had never been locked. When these signs arrive, do not question, accept them, write them down, keep them in your heart. They are spiritual keys that open the next stage of what God has prepared for your life. For some, the miracle will arrive as rest. Suddenly the noise decreases, the fights stop, the stress lowers. The people who drained your energy simply move away without you needing to do anything. And for the first time in a long time, you truly breathe. This is not a coincidence. It is heaven reorganizing your environment to accommodate what is on the way. For others, the miracle will arrive as fire. Ideas that wake you up at dawn with a racing heart. A mental clarity you have not experienced in years. A passion for something you swore had died inside you. Follow this fire. It is a divine guide. These are instructions from heaven pointing to the path you should have traveled from the beginning before someone diverted your route. And there is something more that needs to be said with all seriousness. Your sister is also being cared for on the other side. A relative of your lineage, someone who departed this life some time ago, is working spiritually for her, whispering in her dreams, troubling her conscience from the inside out. She is beginning to hear. It may not seem like it now, but something is changing inside her. A sacred collapse is forming, and when it happens, it will set you both free. Your decision today to stay, to listen, to accept the truth, triggered a chain reaction that reaches generations. You did differently than all the others did before you. You broke the cycle, and all of heaven is celebrating because of it. Your sister will change, perhaps not today, perhaps not tomorrow, but one day she will look at you and wonder how you continued being good to her, how you kept your heart open, how you were kind even when she was cold. It may be that she never says it out loud, but she will know, her spirit will know, and heaven will know. Pay attention now. A door that remained closed for a long time will open in the next 7 days. A message will arrive that you did not expect. Someone who moved away will reappear. A prayer that was blocked will be answered immediately. All of this is a direct result of what you did today, choosing truth above comfort. You are not just a brother or a sister. You carry a divine mission. This is why the enemy tried to blind you, but God has returned your vision. You know that sadness you have carried for so long? That silent melancholy that appears even when everything around seems fine? That fatigue of having to be strong all the time, of crying alone in the bathroom, of smiling in front of others when inside you are falling apart? Heaven has a gentle answer for that. You were chosen. It is not punishment. It is a calling. God made your soul strong enough to love, even when love is not returned. You are not like the majority. You are a divine legacy. And God is taking off of you now at this instant the emotional weight you carried in silence all these years. The need to fix everything, the guilt of not being able to keep everyone happy, the obligation to be the pillar while inside everything collapsed. God says, enough, my son. Let me carry you now. You have already done more than enough. You can rest tonight, body and spirit. What was out of order is being fixed by hands you do not see. What was broken is being restored. And what they took from you will return multiplied. There is one more secret that only heaven can reveal to you. Someone who has already departed this life is proud of you at this moment. The soul of this person waited for this day. They may come to you in a dream in the coming nights, in a scent that appears out of nowhere, in a whisper that seems like wind but carries meaning. Do not be afraid. This is sacred. The message they bring is simple. You made it. You changed history. You did something that even I could not do. Thank you. If this channel is being an instrument of heaven in your life, subscribe now, press the bell, like this video. Not as an empty gesture, as a spiritual position, as a decision to remain where God finds you, and share it with someone who is going through a similar battle, because the blessing that passed through you may be what will save another life. And now, the final part, the most powerful of everything that was said today. What happened here was not just another video. It was an appointment made by heaven, a divine visitation, a turning point you could not see approaching, but which God planned since before you were born. Every silent tear you wiped away quickly so no one would see. Every night you pretended to be fine so as not to worry others. Every time you forgave without receiving an apology. Everything was preparation for this exact instant in which the truth reaches you and sets you free, once and for all. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you, How to Know If God Will Save You in the Final Judgment. This book is the next step after this revelation. Inside it are spiritual truths that will seal the protection over your life, over your house, and over every person you love and protect. It is not common reading. It is armor. It is a spiritual map. It is the exact continuation of what Archangel Michael began to do in your life today. The link is in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments. Access it now. This is the moment when everything is aligned in your favor. Do not waste it, the scroll is closing, and when it closes, the spiritual time changes. Archangel Michael speaks for the last time. His voice is softer now, closer, as if he were right at your ear. He says, "The battle was never intended to destroy you. It was intended to awaken you. And now that you are awake, no one can touch you. Not out of pride, but because you have a purpose engraved in your spirit. People, plans, and paths are being moved in the invisible realm to help you. I saw every time they told you to be quiet. Every time you put the needs of others above your own. Every time you almost gave up but chose to stay standing. You are a miracle in progress, and the world will see. Write in the comments, I choose truth above comfort. It is not just a comment, it is a spiritual decree. It is you saying before God and the angels that you no longer accept living in the shadow of what others have hidden. It is you declaring that you are ready to walk in the light, whatever the cost. Whisper now, even if softly. I am not cursed, I was not misunderstood. I did not arrive too late, I was chosen, I rise, I am ready. Archangel Michael remains standing. Wings spread, sword drawn, he is not leaving, he never left. And God from on high, with a smile that only a father knows, says in the depths of your spirit, I see you, my son. You did not disappoint me. I am proud of how far you have come even when no one else recognized it, and I am not finished blessing you yet. Rest tonight. Wake up without fear tomorrow. Walk through your house knowing that every room is covered with divine fire. Your spirit is safe. Your story does not end here. It is only beginning. And the best chapter is the next one. May the peace of heaven cover your life today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Amen.